The phone rings. It's your old friend Barbara, the one you haven't seen since last Christmas. Or maybe it's your neighbor Linda, calling from her car, saying she's just 5 minutes away. And just like that, your stomach does that little flip. You look around your living room, and suddenly you don't see your home anymore. You see the stack of mail on the end table. You see the throw blanket that didn't quite make it back to the couch. You see the coffee mug you've been meaning to bring to the kitchen since this morning. And that quiet, comfortable space that felt perfectly fine 10 minutes ago now feels like evidence of something. But here is the secret that nobody tells you. Cleaning doesn't have to be exhausting to count. It doesn't have to involve a mop, a bucket, sore knees, or an aching back. Today, I'm going to show you my 15-minute triage system. It is the exact method I use to get my home feeling warm, welcoming, and guest-ready without a single moment of bending, rushing, or burnout. Step 1. The eye-level audit. The very first thing I want you to do is sit down. I mean it. Sit down in your favorite chair, the one your guests are most likely to sit across from. Now look around from right there. Don't stand up yet. Just look. Because here is the truth that took me years to finally accept. Guests do not look at your baseboards. They do not check behind your sofa cushions. They are not inspecting the corner of your kitchen floor. What they see is exactly what you see right now from that chair. They see eye level. They see surfaces. They see what hits them the moment they walk through your door. My friend Margaret, who is 74 years old and one of the most gracious hostesses I have ever known, told me something once that I will never forget. She said, "Honey, I stopped cleaning for my guests' eyes a long time ago. I started cleaning for their comfort, and comfort is felt, not inspected." That changed everything for me. So from your chair, identify the 3 surfaces that are most visible. Usually it is the coffee table, the top of the television, and whatever is sitting on the entryway table or the arm of the couch. Now take your microfiber cloth on a long handle, no bending required, and give those surfaces one smooth swipe. Just one pass each. When a surface is free of dust and clutter at eye level, the entire room reads as intentional. The whole space feels like someone who is in control lives here. It doesn't matter what is happening behind the closet door. It matters what your guest sees when they settle into that chair across from you. Shiny at eye level means the whole room feels cared for. That is your first 5 minutes, and you never had to leave your feet. Step 2, the clutter basket tactic. Now I want to talk about the thing that causes the most anxiety for most of us. The stuff. The mail that landed on the counter 3 days ago. The magazines. The grandchildren's drawings that are precious but have somehow taken over the coffee table. The half-finished crossword puzzle. The reading glasses, the TV remote, the little pile of things that don't have a home yet. Here is what I do not want you to do. I do not want you to try to find a permanent home for any of it right now. That is tomorrow's job. Today, we are in triage mode, and triage has one goal only: clear the visual noise. Here is what you do instead. Grab a basket. It can be a beautiful wicker basket you keep by the fireplace. It can be a laundry basket from the hallway. It can be that big tote bag hanging by the door. Place it on the table or the chair right beside you, so you're not carrying it around the room. And then, working from right where you are standing, gather everything from the visible surfaces and place it into the basket. Don't sort it. Don't evaluate it. Don't stop to read the mail. Just clear the surface and move on. My Aunt Dorothy did this for decades before any of us had a name for it. She was 80 years old and sharp as a tack. And every time someone called to say they were stopping by, she would grab what she called her company basket and do one loop around the first floor. She told me once, "I'm not hiding the mess, sweetheart. I'm just giving it a temporary address." When the basket is full, tuck it into the laundry room, slide it into a closet, or push it gently to the side of a room your guests won't enter. You haven't solved the clutter. You haven't organized a single thing. But you have removed the visual noise that was triggering that anxious, tight feeling in your chest. Your surfaces are clear, your room breathes, and you still have energy left. Step 3, the scent and light reset. Here is something I want you to understand about the psychology of a welcoming home. Cleanliness is not just seen, it is smelled, it is felt. It is the quality of the light coming through the window. A home can be perfectly tidy and still feel flat and unwelcoming if the curtains are drawn and the air feels stale. And a home with a little lived-in charm can feel absolutely lovely if it smells fresh and the afternoon light is falling across the room in just the right way. So this step is about resetting the atmosphere, not the furniture. First, the scent. If the weather is cooperating, open one window, just one, for 5 minutes. You don't need a full cross breeze. You just need a breath of fresh air to move through the space. If opening windows isn't possible for you today, a light, natural room spray works beautifully. Something with citrus or linen or clean cotton. Nothing too heavy, nothing too perfumey. You want your home to smell like a home, not a department store. Second, the light. Open your curtains all the way. Pull them back as far as they go. Natural light is the most powerful cleaning tool you own, and it costs you nothing. When sunlight hits your freshly wiped surfaces, they do not just look clean. They glow. They look intentional. They look like someone who loves this home lives here. My neighbor Ruth, who just celebrated her 78th birthday, keeps a small jar of dried lavender on her windowsill. She told me she never worries about surprise guests because she knows the moment the sun hits that jar and the breeze comes through, her whole living room smells like a garden. She said, "I can't always control what the house looks like, but I can always control how it feels." And that, right there, is the whole philosophy of this system. The wrap-up, the mindset shift. Let's talk honestly for just a moment, because I know there are women watching this who feel a deep, quiet shame when their home isn't spotless for company, who have maybe turned down invitations or made excuses because the house isn't ready, who have pushed themselves past exhaustion trying to clean before someone arrived, only to be too tired to actually enjoy the visit. I have been there. So many of us have. But I want you to hear this clearly. Your friends are not coming to inspect your home. They are coming to sit across from you. They are coming because they want to be in the same room as you. They want your laugh, your stories, your cup of tea, your presence. This 15-minute system is not about achieving perfection. It is about giving yourself enough peace of mind to stop fussing and start being present. When the doorbell rings, you want to feel ready, not exhausted, not embarrassed, ready. And 15 minutes, done gently and wisely, is enough to feel exactly that. So tell me in the comments below, what is the one spot in your home that makes your heart race when someone says they're on their way? Is it the kitchen counter, the entryway, the bathroom? Tell me, and let's figure it out together. And if you want to take this even further, watch my next video on the sitting down cleaning system, where I show you how to maintain a peaceful, welcoming home every single day without ever straining your back or running out of breath. Because you deserve a home that feels good to live in every ordinary day, not just when company's coming. I will see you in the next one.